If you were to close Georgia's borders now, just like it was during the communist times, then with Laurie, how would a Georgian live? Consider that there would be no more food. A Georgian can't buy anything with Laurie. Those who make contracts with certain companies abroad, whether it's Turkey or somewhere else, nothing gets exchanged for Laurie, and as for foreign currency, you either have to borrow it or the country has to bring it in, and if you borrow it, you have to pay it back. And the best thing is to create a situation like this, where it looks like they're fighting to prevent money from flowing out, and to stop the outflow, then the country has to build itself up. For those who have been working abroad for 20 or 30 years, the remittances still come in, don't they? Yeah, just recently they even mentioned the number, 4 billion in remittances come in annually, and that's not 4 billion lari, that's in foreign currency. The government circulates this money, and it's not just our families that the migrant workers support, they're supporting the government too. As a result, the population isn't dying of hunger. It wasn't the government that saved the people, the migrant workers saved people from starvation. Why don't you want to admit this? How many have left the country? Almost 1,600,000 are abroad, right? If not more. The remittances just keep flowing in. These remittances make it possible for the government to take out certain loans from the bank, from international banks, and then, on top of that, they're renting out or even selling additional land. We haven't been able to figure that out either. You see all these people coming in, and so many places have been sold off. Everything's been sold to foreign companies, all because they want foreign currency. That's what it's all about. Our lari isn't worth anything, because there's no economy backing it, there's nothing behind it, and the lari is just symbolic. It's like creating a simulated state just to calm the masses, to make it look like we're independent. We have a flag, we have a parliament, and we have the lari. Isn't this just fooling ourselves? I just can't understand why we're deliberately ruining ourselves. Is there a way out? In short, everything is heading towards collapse. See, we keep going around in circles with this, and it's still falling apart. The country is heading for collapse. Countries are perishing. That's how civilizations go. Everything succumbs to entropy. This applies to absolutely every state. Nothing is eternal. Some will reach their end sooner, some later. It depends on the strength of the country, the size of its population, and for us, well, our decline has already begun. Is the birth rate lower than the death rate? So, are families being formed? Are there young families who are having lots of children? For example, do young couples have 5 or 6 kids? Or do they have 3 or 4 children and live independently? No. Young people were given sexual freedom, so now, why would a woman want to get married? She just spends her time like that. Let's see. We just went along with whatever nonsense they threw at us, and in this context, what's the purpose of religion? Morality couldn't protect us, and it's already separated from Christ, so that's why the priests themselves have become corrupt. They don't know what's going on now. Aren't there brothels in Georgia? Aren't there a few priests involved in brothels, and aren't priests involved in business? And overall, they're just keeping quiet. Honestly, I just don't get why we even need this institution at all. Maintaining this bureaucratic apparatus costs money, buildings, land, and utilities. That's bureaucracy. If they built factories instead, thousands would have helped the country more. They'd be working, producing things, and selling them at home and abroad. Why do you even need these priests? I have a question. Why do you need these priests? What practical purpose do these churches serve? What is this, really, when you're trapped by some so-called holy things and fooling yourself while the country is falling apart around you? What is that? Someone please explain this to me. Who allowed this religious bureaucracy to become so powerful, and why do you even need it? Why? And then, what kind of advice are you supposed to get from these idiot priests on the most difficult issue? Metaphysics is the hardest subject there is. No one has God appearing to them, and clearly, no one has a direct connection to God. So how is an educated person, someone with a master's degree or a PhD candidate, supposed to listen to these idiot priests on the most complex issues? Are you really going to listen to an idiot priest about something that's the most difficult to understand? How can you even know if what the priest is telling you is right, what Christ actually said, or if they're even telling you the truth? What kind of curse is this? I just can't figure out what practical purpose the clergy actually serve. I mean, look at them. They have everything. They're involved in all sorts of shares, even construction shares, and they own companies too. Why do they even need this theological academy? They don't have any soul, so what the heck do they need an academy for? I just can't figure it out. The academy itself is actually connected to mythology. Do you even know who Academus was? Plato named it after him, and he's a mythological figure, so is it some kind of spiritual, mythological institution? Where is this theological academy? Why do you even need this theological seminary? Honestly, what the hell do you need that for? I just don't get it. Why would you want someone else's nonsense in your head, even when it comes to faith? That's your choice, especially since faith has certain foundations. There are theoretical bases. If someone wants the Quran, Muslims have it, Hindus have the Bhagavad Gita, everyone has their own, and Christians have the Bible. Why on earth do you need a priest? I just can't understand it, honestly. Someone acts like a fool, like a pasha, and now you have to walk on eggshells around them, all scared and insecure, thinking, oh no, don't curse me, or please, let me into heaven. And the country keeps going like this. And that's how we revive this satanic religion. So, who's behind all this? You know who's behind it, right? It's Satan.